This episode is brought to you by Off-Axis Paint. From custom painted helmets to replica helmets to visors, t-shirts, hoodies, and more, visit shopoffaxis.com and use promo code RACEREADY10 for 10% off at checkout. One more time, that's shopoffaxis, AXIS.com, and use promo code RACEREADY10 for 10% off all apparel. Now enjoy this week's episode of the Race Ready Media Podcast.
Race fans, are you ready? You wanted the best, you've got them four abreast. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaw Sprint Car Series.
Welcome back, race fans, to another episode of the Race Ready Media Podcast. Per usual, we got Hunter, Renfro, and Weston's laughing his ass off. This week, we're going to cover some Outlaws at Houston. We got some USAC stuff. Formula One breaking news with a suspension and upcoming race this weekend. So let's dive into it, boys.
Yeah, let's definitely dive into it. We definitely have to keep this.
Evan did the intro. Larry.
Yes, wait, Devin might be the new intro. Devin might be the new intro guy. But, Dev, one thing you did forget though is we have a big old interview to join to.
That and there was a NASCAR.
Yes.
Jet dryer race. So
yes, but we have a big old interview this week. You guys will see it. You guys probably already seen it in the title. It's we got Riley Goodno and Trevor Casey. Riley coming off his big performance with the Outlaws at Houston, which we'll actually get to talk about here in a little bit. But yeah. So like Dev said, let's just jump right into it. Let's start with let's just start with NASCAR this week. Let's get some pavement going this week. I haven't watched much racing. I've been super busy, and last week's podcast got what?
They were at Nashville.
It was pouring and it rained. They're going to Road America now, and that's probably going to suck too. There's NASCAR.
Did they rain out?
It rained.
I thought they finished.
They finished, but it rained like for 3 or 4 hours. But they finished it at night, and Chase Elliott won. So anytime Chase Elliott wins anything, it sucks. I can't stand Chase Elliott. Now they're going to Road America.
Going to Road America.
In Wisconsin.
Wisconsin. So, I guess we jumped through NASCAR. Weston really summed it up pretty well, I guess.
I mean, that's all you needed to know.
Yeah, Chase won. It was a rain.
Bubba Wallace's picture still sucks, and Bubba still yells at them over the radio. And that's not gonna.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's not boost team morale.
It's such a freak accident, and then, the tire changer apologized, over and over and over, and he still got his it just doesn't really. Like kind of what Weston said. It just doesn't. It's not very good for the team morale there. So
anyway, Eric Jones' car caught on fire because of Justin Fiedler.
I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah. Bubba drives the 3, not the 43, Devin.
I just saw that somebody was very apologetic for causing that, and it wasn't even like
it was like freak accident.
It was a very freak accident
because they couldn't. Because it couldn't get a lug nut off or something?
NASCAR gun, like the new NASCAR wheels, it's like because of the one lug nut, like no other series does it like NASCAR. Like they don't because whenever you think of like the one lug nut teams, like there's like 4 guys at each wheel, so like that's the whole one lug nut thing with NASCAR this year has been just a mess, and I'm kind of tired of it.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the video from the guy's helmet cam. He was he like buzzed the lug nut or whatever, and it spark caught, and then it ripped a flame. So I mean, and obviously it's right there. Happen.
It was on the left rear, so it was right by the fuel.
Yeah. So I mean, at least nothing more came out of that, So it was. So that's good, I guess. But
anyways,
USAC. Weren't.
They were at. I know they were running Sun Prairie. Oh yeah, they were at Peevely Friday, Saturday, and then Sun Prairie on Sunday.
Peevely was an extreme, I think.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
Not this shit again.
But I think since we missed an episode, we missed JG winning at Williams Grove.
Oh yeah, we missed the end of
CV at Port. Yeah, the end of Eastern Storm.
Yeah. Did
Brady at Bloomsburg.
didn't they
I
have
think
didn't they
so.
have a crown race too that we missed?
At Port.
At
Port.
Port. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who won that?
Was it not CV?
it
Yeah,
was
I think
CB
it
CV,
was.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
over Matt Westfall, which was a surprise. I didn't know he was really. I mean, not saying taking anything away from him, but it was just odd seeing him battle for the lead or for
Yeah.
a win.
I mean, yeah, it's not a huge name, so I mean, pretty cool. Definitely pretty cool.
Yeah. Then they had Angel Park this past weekend. Oh, Bobby Ballou.
Bobby
Yeah,
Ballou, yes.
and to kind of touch up on that, that was the Kevin Olson Memorial. And so they had a Badger midget race. Dude, in that midget race was phenomenal. Like it seriously was the best. I don't know how many lap. I think they did 30. And dude, I don't remember how many lead changes there were, but there were like it was a very, very good race. And then they caught lap traffic.
Who won?
I meant to write the name down. I don't remember, but it was just such a cool deal because like you tell that I mean it was the inaugural memorial race for Kevin Olson, and the dude was like about to be in tears because it meant so much to him to win such like a prestigious race like that. So it was very cool. The trophy on top of that, also a very, very cool piece of hardware. I know some drivers race for trophies and some guys race for the checks. So on the trophy side, it was a very, very cool deal. I've been looking, trying to find pictures of it. I haven't been successful yet, but if I do, I'll send it to you guys, and for sure, because it big base and it had like a big old light bulb on it. Because I mean, Kevin was known as the light bulb repair man, so it was just a cool deal.
That's
So
really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a big trophy guy. I don't know if you guys noticed in my backdrop, I added a few trophies back here. It was, I mean, you guys got tired of seeing the pictures of them, but yeah, they're pretty cool. But anyways, they're cool to me. So, yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of racing going on. We just haven't been able to follow it because I don't know if I touched on it, but I'm not gonna get into the whole story, but a computer took a crap, and it happened to be on my end, and so I was unable to actually, record the podcast and edit and whatnot. So we just, yes, one of them. So we were just unable to record last week, but we're back this week. That's why I brought you guys the interview this week too. But I guess to touch on a fairly recent turn of events in the F1 world. Nelson Piquet, is that how you say his last name? Piquet.
PK.
Nelson Piquet is in real big trouble.
Turns out-
What?
Turns out he's a racist.
I guess so. I mean, he's in real big trouble. He's barred from. What? Go ahead, Dev.
I looked up the namer or the name of the winner
The
of
Badger.
the Kevin Olson Classic was Adam Taylor, and Bill Baylog started 10th and finished 3rd.
Yeah, Bill.
Yeah, you go, Bill. The North Pole Nightmare.
North Pole Nightmare.
Such a sick.
So-
That's such a sick fucking nickname.
Yeah, but anyway, back to F1.
But yeah, so I mean, he's barred. He's banned from. I mean, anything F1, right? I mean,
Yeah, he can't even show up to the paddock at all.
so I mean, and that's and he was what, a 3-time world champion?
3 or 2.
2 or 3, whatever.
And his daughter's dating Max Verstappen.
That's right.
So,
I saw a meme, and if I can find it, I'm gonna write it down. I saw a meme, and it was Max with like his head buried, and it was like when your father-in-law is Nelson Piquet and your dad is Jos Verstappen or Joss or however you say his name, and it was like him with his head buried. That was pretty funny, but yeah, just a really just tasteful and
Not cool.
No, not cool at all. We don't condone that here or anywhere. Just, ugh. I don't.
So that's really all that needs to be said.
Yeah,
Just
that's
don't be a
real. Yeah, don't be an asshole. Don't be a racist. So, but where they raced last. Where was it? Was it Canada last week, or 2
I
weeks
think
ago?
so.
2 weeks ago. They were in Canada, right? I believe so.
Now they're in Silverstone. Yeah.
They're in
Yeah.
Silverstone this week. Pretty
And
cool.
Silverstone's like F1's like Charlotte or
Yeah,
something like that.
it's really big.
That's like home base for all the F1 teams. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
it's well. I mean, all the guys got all the drivers from across the pond. So,
Yeah.
But no, I think Max won in Canada. I don't know
Yeah.
why I can't remember that race. I don't know if it was the one that I missed because I was up at 4. I don't know, but yeah, Max won, and then this week they're at Silverstone. So it's a big race for Lewis, probably a big race for Lando. All those English guys.
Big race.
George Russell.
George Russell. But yeah, George Russell's got something to prove.
Big race for George Russell because this is the first time he's going to be like in competitive equipment.
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he could actually get a win. I mean, Mercedes has kind of picked it up here recently, but
yeah, I like George. So I would like to see
do
him
too. I like
his
George.
first win being at Silverstone would be cool.
That'd be super cool. I don't know what I was doing or what I was looking at, but where was it? Where did he put down that rain lap that basically secured his position at Mercedes? You guys, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I know what you're talking about. I just can't remember.
Yes, because I'm pretty sure that's the same race he wrecked into Valtteri at.
Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I don't remember which race, but I saw it. I saw a clip of that lap, and it was actually phenomenal what he did, and especially in a Williams. In the rain in a Williams. I mean,
the rain's a really good equalizer. Like
it is.
It doesn't matter what you're in. It's just kind of the driver at that point.
It really is. Also, I did have a little bit of a debate for us for this week. So, I was talking to one of the dealers. You guys, you guys remember the dealer I was telling you about? It was with Ferrari and whatnot.
Oh yes, yes.
But he had a really I guess hot take. I'm gonna call it that Lando Norris is the best young driver in F1 right now.
Right now, yeah, just based on results.
And he said that when Lewis hangs it up, Mercedes should go after Lando. I said that's interesting. I don't think Lewis will hang it up for a little bit, but
I don't know. I think Lewis is just kind of waiting at this point. He seemed very uncomfortable after Baku with all the porpoising, and he kind of basically said like his body can't take this much longer. So his end is
sooner rather than later.
Yeah, for sure. I'd give him
the reckoning.
What?
Do what?
I said the reckoning is nigh.
Reckoning is
as in
nigh.
his time is.
Yes,
yeah.
His time is coming. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, whether you're a fan of him or not, you got to give him props where he's due.
No.
Okay, Weston. Well, dude's a good driver in my opinion. I mean, I think it's everyone's opinion.
He's been the best car the entire time, and he gets in somewhat equal equipment with everyone else. And look what's happened.
I mean, I get it, but I mean, it still takes a driver to win. I mean,
not Formula One.
Okay, sorry, I don't know. I'm very stupid when it comes to Formula One. It's my first year watching it. I'm trying. Okay.
I know. I'm not. It's not towards you. It's just I'm. Yeah.
Is Jacob's Ladder okay?
No, it's not.
But
anyway,
we can move on from F1 here. Outlaws.
Please.
So I think this is probably the last thing we've got to cover before we jump into the interview, right? So this will lead up perfectly. So you guys will get to hear a lot about this in the interview, but the Outlaws were at the inaugural, was it the High Bank Nationals? I think is what it was called, right?
Yeah.
So they're at
100,000 to win.
100,000 to win High Bank Nationals, and
they're paying $250,000 next year.
He is paying $250,000 next year. Pretty good racing, I thought. I mean,
yeah, there was $100,000 lap.
There really was a $100,000 lap. That was insane what Sheldon did. That was crazy.
I feel so bad for James McFadden.
I know, but damn,
dude,
Sheldon drove his
career
ass
changing
off.
though. Like if James wins, that's career changing for him.
It is.
Like he's had some pretty good wins, but dude, nothing at like that huge of like a victory before. So
Yeah.
Well,
But I
Yeah.
think that's good.
100%.
That's a good kick in the pants for James and the 83 because I mean they've been kind of just like this year. Like he hasn't been bad, he hasn't been great by any means, but I think that's something that's a motivating factor until like, hey, like we can run up front in these big races. So I think you'll see the 83 run good.
yeah, I mean they've definitely been close to winning. I figured they would have had at least one this far in at least yet, or at this point in the season. So I definitely do think they're about due for one, especially after what they lead like the last 8, and then Sheldon finally got
yeah,
around them or something
Sheldon
like
blew
that.
around
Yeah.
on the top. Well, the thing about it is that the 83 ran good all weekend. It wasn't just like he showed up Saturday night. He ran good Thursday, Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday. He ran good all weekend.
Oh.
And that was with a backup motor.
Yeah, it was.
They
So
they had to change it after Wednesday.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. But yeah, and then they obviously ran Wednesday as well. So, but no, so pretty cool.
The real story was Friday.
The real story was Friday, and
For us.
yeah, for us
Yeah, for us
anyways. For us anyways. Good friend Riley Goodno coming in. He draws the 1 and then starts on the pole. Led 9 laps. Put a gap on him before Sweet and Rico got together and flipped, and then
Dude, Brad did a full rotation midair.
he did a
That's
full
sick.
rotation midair. That was welcome.
I mean,
As Weston would say, welcome to Big X Games
Welcome
Big
to
Air. Yes, but yeah, Riley,
Mhm.
he looked pretty good Friday, man. He's, at the end of the race, I think the experience from Macedo and Brownie kind of got to him
Yeah.
because they, obviously they're used to driving like that, but I mean, still to run third, that's phenomenal. I was cheering my ass off in the Port City stands, and it was dope. It was super cool. I love seeing my homies do big things. So it's a proud parent moment at that point,
Yes.
But yeah. Other than that, Macedo won Friday. I don't remember who won Wednesday, or Thursday.
Wednesday. That's
do we
the
want to talk-
makeup.
Yeah, that was the makeup. But who won? I think it was.
Who cares?
I don't know. Doesn't matter.
Can we talk about the great gate debate of
I
Saturday?
was
Yes.
just about to say that. What the hell happened?
They keep on hitting it.
No,
Yeah.
I know, but how did it get like opened up or whatever in the first place?
It was just poor design,
Oh.
is what I've heard. Is somebody took a picture kind of like down looking in, I guess you'd call it the stairwell there at the gate, and it looks like shit. I mean, so I definitely
Go
I
ahead,
definitely
Jeff.
think the Outlaws fucked up and should have let him change the wheel at least.
Gravel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And anybody else that
Well,
had
and then Logan hit it too. And he.
Yeah, and then Logan had to go the back, and then he got into a slower car and flipped.
Yeah.
Fortunate. Yeah,
That kind of sucked.
Yeah, that was really weird.
But I mean, I see both sides. I agree that gravel should get the option to change, but say he hits it and it doesn't come open. I mean, he has to run with the bent right rear the rest of the night anyway, or the rest of the race.
Yeah, I mean,
So I mean, just because it came open, does that necessarily mean he should get to change it?
It was just a bad situation and just weird all around. That's something that you just,
Yeah.
I mean,
it's easy for us to sit there and be like, he should have been able to, because we'll never see a scenario like that happen
Right.
again. More than likely, where a pit entrance gate is going to swing open, and
yeah.
On
'Cause,
one of the
yeah, like-
smallest tracks, you carry gobs of amount of speed.
yeah, it's kind of, it'd be like the equivalent of somebody like hitting a tractor tire and getting up, like, I mean, I guess it's a little different, but it's kind of the same deal as where it's like you shouldn't have hit it, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, but what I do know is because he hit it and it came open. I think that's the only reason, like Renfro said, that everyone wanted him to be able to change it. If it hadn't have come open, no one would have said anything because it wouldn't have caused anything. So just because it came open, that's why everyone was up in arms about it. But I mean, I'm gonna be the one to say that he should have been able to change it because it was faulty track design. But
Anyway,
it is what it is.
What wasn't faulty was Riley Goodno on Friday.
What wasn't faulty was Riley Goodno on Friday. Yes, that was.
Yeah, I think that's the perfect intro.
I think it is. So without further ado, we're gonna transition over to Riley and Trevor. This interview is brought to you by Tops Up Earbud Quality Threads. For all you race fans out there looking for one-of-a-kind apparel, head to tubqualitythreads.com or find them at your local dirt track for all your shirts, hoodies, hats, sweatshirts, goggles, and more. One more time, that is TUHBqualitythreads.com to check out the latest and greatest from the Tub Boys. And now, enjoy the interview. This week, we had the pleasure of two guests on the podcast. One's coming off his latest feat, running third with the Outlaws at Huset's. He got his first sprint car win at Jacksonville, and his latest victory comes in Eldon in the 360. He also picked up a heat win on his prelim night at the 410 Nationals last year in 2021. From Knoxville, Iowa, Riley Goodno.
How's it going?
And then to follow up Riley is his car chief and fellow racer who climbed through the mains of the 2021 Chili Bowl, going from the K to the H, finished second in points in the Central States Midget Series from Altoona, Iowa. Trevor Casey.
What's up?
Appreciate you guys coming on.
Dude,
What's up, boys?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. We had to get you guys on. I mean, sick run. There was a sick run last weekend, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Unreal.
Thank you.
Unreal.
Thank you.
But yeah, I mean, we're all friends here, so had to get you on. Had to be one of the first, since we weren't the first, unfortunately, but had to be one of the first to get you on. Dev, Weston, Renfro. I won't waste any time with my question to start. I want you guys to be first ones to get after them. So let's hear it. Guys.
All right, I'll go first. Riley, what's it like being the world's fastest hockey player?
World's fastest hockey player. I don't know. I don't know if I am the world's fastest hockey player. I don't know how that feels.
I was gonna say, I mean, you've got a strong case for it right now. So
it's a strong case.
Yeah,
that's a real strong case.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice having a couple hockey players on the podcast for a change rather than strictly racers. I could talk some hockey with you guys for a little bit tonight, so that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. Dev,
yeah,
Renfro.
we don't have to talk. We don't have to talk about the cup or anything.
Okay. Yeah.
No one cares about Colorado, but
okay, sure.
I mean, I kind of do. I'm going there in a couple weeks.
I mean,
that you're going to the state, not to watch the Avalanche. So
I'm gonna come back with an Av shirt just to piss you off.
I hope you do. I hope you lose it in travel.
All right. Well, boys. So I'm gonna start with a question for Riley. What was your like emotions going through like while you were running like with the Outlaws while you were leading? I know you led, like you said, 9 laps. Like, what was your like emotions in the car? Like, what was going through your head whenever all that was going on?
I don't really think I had really any emotions. Really, I was just more focused on being clean and hitting my marks and being smooth. That was probably more what I was thinking of, and just waiting for the bottom to dry out, and then the top was gonna come in. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because I was watching it at Port, and I was sitting there screaming and looking like an idiot in front of everybody that was in the stands. So that was fun. But when you drove by Brownie on the bottom, I was pretty impressed. I was like, damn, he fucking stuck the bottom and started rolling. So that was sick.
Trevor, what were your emotions at this time?
Yeah, that's follow up.
I was probably one of the worst people, like, for emotions, because we were all just sitting kind of just sitting there, and then he just kind of stuck the bottom and started leading. I was like, I was almost confused because I mean he pulled a straightaway on him. I mean he had a straightaway until that second caution, but he had a huge gap, and I was just pretty excited and hyped to see that the car was performing for Riley.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy up until Sweet and Abra got together. I was you were gone. Like I think it was like 2 seconds almost, if not. I mean, you were definitely out of frame from the second and third place. So it was impressive. It was very impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, my car was just really good that night for some reason. I don't know what we did different, but might have been a tire guy. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna say,
Tire
Trevor,
guy
what
must
that
have did
rear roll
something.
out to?
Is Trevor nasty with the sauce?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, real nasty with the sauce.
Trevor, what that right rear rolled out to?
Oh man, that was the biggest concern for me that night was the tires, because it kind of went in like a, Wednesday night was the night before, and we were in the C main, and then Thursday night was the first night, and we were in the B, and then all of a sudden Friday we were sitting pole for the A. Like Friday was probably the one day with the tires and everything going on with them right now that I thought would be the worst day for us, but it ended up being the best. The biggest problem right now with the tires is the right rear is shrinking really bad. So
Like
that's
after a heat cycle or just?
Yeah.
Both. I mean, even when I was with Garrett, we would get chalk marks that were like 108.5, and they'd be like 104.
But that's always been an issue, though.
Yeah.
Hoosier and Chalk Mark go together.
But it's bad with the.
Wow. I mean,
So,
That was bad.
so Trevor, you've been running the midget for a couple of years, and now you're getting the chance to jump in a sprint car. What's the transition like going from midget to sprint car?
And pretty crazy. I've got to run one wing race in the 360s. That was at Jackson about a month or two ago.
Should we enter your hot lap video?
Yeah, you might just throw that in there.
throw that in there.
That was crazy to just stay on the gas and go in the corner and not have to turn left, because when I did turn left, it went left. I'll tell you that much. It was definitely an eye opener, and after that, I knew kind of what to expect in a wing car. But we might be putting together some non-wing stuff here. Not too sure yet, but was supposed to run tonight in a non-wing, but I'm sick, so didn't get the chance to whip her out.
You're sick, so you're coming on the podcast, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's it right there.
He's got a strep throat. He can talk. He just can't drive.
Yep, there it is.
So Riley, what was it like watching your crew guy, who you guys have worked out a deal to let him run some wing stuff, going to his first corner with a wing car and ride the bicycle?
Well, luckily I was in the hot laps before him, so I didn't even get to see it.
Oh.
I didn't get out of the car. I didn't even know anything about it until he showed the video. Yeah, it's different. It's definitely different seeing one of my cars out there and it's not me in it. It's someone else in it driving it. I don't see that very often, so it's definitely different.
So at Houston's, to end up on the pole on Friday night, did you guys have to you guys drew for a starting spot, right? Was that how it worked?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How'd it feel when you pulled the one out?
Yeah, it felt pretty good.
I bet it did.
My dad said on the TV it looked like I had deer in the headlights look, because I was
Just
so shocked at it.
That's so
I just had a feeling I knew I was gonna draw the one.
Manifest.
Manifest. I was just hoping that you could lead some laps, man, and you did, thankfully. That was.
Yeah, me too.
Wish you would just let them all.
Let's just let them all.
Yeah.
That would have been nice.
What's the? I don't want to say publicity. 'Cause I mean, it's not like you just took over the internet, but people were tweeting at you. I mean, I saw a bunch of people tweeting, "Man, this Riley Goodno just drove by Brown on the bottom." Like, what was it like that night or the next day going through and reading all the tweets and seeing what everyone said?
Yeah, it was definitely overwhelming a little bit. I mean, my phone, my dad's phone, they were all blowing up and stuff. It was crazy. We sold a bunch of T-shirts too. We
I bet.
basically sold out of them.
I bet. What-
Hell yeah!
What the?
Well,
Go
it
ahead.
does, I mean, it helps that the Outlaws didn't tag you for the first half of the tweets. They want to throw you in, then at the end of the night, they finally figured it out.
Yeah.
I know.
Could you imagine if they would have had their shit together all night and been tagging him?
Oh, it would have. Your phone would have been torched.
Yeah.
No, but right. So I know you've obviously ran with the Outlaws before, but like what's it like running against those guys? I mean, those are some like really big names you're running with. Like, what's it like running with all those guys?
I mean, it's just they're so fast. It's hard to keep up with them like on the regular show because you're always starting behind them. So it's definitely different when you're in front of them and they have to get around you. It's just I wouldn't say it's really different racing with them because it's still a sprint car. It's still yeah.
Right. Trevi, I got a question for you, buddy. Sorry, guys. I'll let you get some questions in. I just got one more question here. What was it like having to sit in the car at Chili Bowl for however many hours you were just chilling there trying to run the soup? What was that like? I mean,
Oh man, that was a time. I was definitely cramping up, and we had 1 10-minute intermission, but like over the course of all the mains, it was 2 hours. So I was in the car for 2 hours, got out for 10 minutes, got back in. Most guys, they go up there and do some work on their cars, but I was down there by myself. So I would just go up and get turned around and then kind of just sit there and hope the car was good for the next main. So it was a time.
It turned out to be pretty good. I mean, you ran through. I'm not going to do math on the spot, but you ran through X amount of mains, so that was.
It was 4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or did you make it through 3 into 4?
I ran 4 mains, so it transferred.
Transferred
through
3 times.
3.
Yeah.
3.
Okay. Yeah.
Which sucks because he was doing it while J-Mac was, and so our boy got shadowed.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the same? Oh, that was the same year J-Mac.
They started in the same mains, I think.
He started like 2. I think I went 2, and then like on my second or third one, he was in it.
See,
That's unfortunate that you got overshadowed like that. It's really sad. But
Here, I'll
yeah, you got one.
like, so, like, I gotta, like, whenever you're racing with the Outlaws, Riley, like, you're obviously you're gonna get your teeth, or you're gonna get your teeth kicked in. Like, you take that as just like, well, I'm racing against the best. It's like I don't see it now. I'm only getting better. And then whenever you do something like pull the one, and then you're able to race up front with those guys, does that kind of like does that make it feel just all worth it? Like getting like all those times you're just kind of getting an educational ass kicking.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it feels good when you actually run good with them because all the other times you're basically getting your ass kicked, you know. So and then we've been struggling up there on weekly shows. Like the week before, it was a weekly show and we finished 15th. We just finished 15th, and then we ran through with the Outlaws. So
it's just so it's one of them things where you get your teeth kicked in, and then it pays off whenever you get to start up front and get to run with those guys. I mean,
Yep.
So I want to backpedal a little bit. What is your start to racing, Riley? Like where did you start? How did you start? Is it in family?
So I think my dad, he always watched racing, but he never like raced or owned any race cars or anything like that. So we went to Knoxville one night, and I think I was there, and then I fell in love with it there. And then we went to English Creek, and they had outlaw carts there. So then we got one of those, like restricted box, and I ran that when I was like 6, and then I did that until I was like 12. Did box stock, and then then got into the micros at 12, and then when I turned 16, we got into the sprint car.
I
What
remember.
about you, Trevi?
I remember a white number 11 running around here in Oklahoma during Speed Week.
Oh yeah, we used to come down there a lot.
Yeah, I was
Don't
gonna
you
say.
have a Power Eye National win?
2.
Oh, 2 Power Eye National. I forgot that in the intro.
I was gonna say I watched. So the same night that me and Brad ran into each other at Meeker, Riley won that night, and I watched Riley win at Meeker from the infield.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Sorry, Weston. Apologies from my father.
It's all. Damn it, Brad.
Yeah, Trevor. What about you? Like, what's your story into racing?
Yeah.
So my dad was always into hot rods and cars, and he raced like some stock cars a little bit. And then I got, when I was 4, I was gonna go do some drag, but then our neighbors had go-karts, and then we got into those, and I ran flat carts till I was about 14, just like moved up through the ranks at Newton Kart Club. And then when I was 14, I got a sport mod, and then didn't really race that a whole lot before I sold it. And then I did some drag racing, did some drifting, and then came back and built a roller sprint car, and then got the midget, and then just started in it with the midgets, really.
So now I see where you came from up with the 2-piece suit. Started with karts and then into modifieds.
It is.
And then drag racing.
Yeah.
2P2, what are you talking?
You had a fucking jacket, bud.
When?
You would put fireproof pants on and then you'd have a zip-up jacket. It's a 2-piece suit.
Oh, in drag racing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wore a jacket, but
He's out there in jeans and a fire jacket.
I don't got time for fireproof.
What flavor of cigarettes would you smoke too?
Yeah. Trevor's a menthol guy.
Absolutely. So Trevor, I gotta ask you. So our editor for the podcast and for the channel, he's big in drifting, and that when you said drifting, that like sparked. I was like, whoa, hold on, we could talk about that a little bit. So what were you doing as far as like drifting? What was that consistent of?
So basically in high school, when I got out of racing, like dirt track, I met a couple friends who just were into the Japanese cars, and I started kind of getting into that. And then once I kind of I had a Camaro that I drag raced, and then I got into Japanese cars, and I got a BMW that it's a E36, and I got it stock and lowered it on coilovers, and then welded the diff. And then me and my buddies, we go over to Omaha, and we would just drift on the road course track there whenever they had events going on. So it was cool. It was definitely
That's sick.
fun.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah,
Have you tried to drift the toter yet?
The what?
Have you tried drifting the toter home yet?
No.
Riley, let him drift the toter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should. You should do it, Trevor.
See, there you go. You just got approval.
You just got permission.
I
Drift that
can't
baby
wait
in the-
to see a Snapchat tomorrow
Oh no.
of Trevor
Just-
ripping the toter around the shop. Just
Cranking it.
Oh yeah.
it's gonna get on the bike harder than the 360 did in Jackson.
Oh god.
So I got a pretty funny story for Riley. So, I don't know what year this was that you had to miss hockey to come run the shootout. What year was that?
Oh, geez.
Every.
Probably a few years, I'm sure, but there was one year specifically. I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I think-
anyways, there was one year in specifically, and they were doing like pit interviews during the shootout, and you mentioned that you had to miss hockey, and me being the diehard hockey player I am, sure I was into racing at the time. I was like, this kid missed hockey for racing? Oh my god! And of course I was the absolute like hockey bro at the time. Like, oh my gosh, anything hockey's literally life. Now I'm like, okay, like, sure. I mean,
Podcasting's like,
no, now I'm like, I'd probably miss hockey to come to the shootout. Like, but no, I just thought it was funny, and then now we come full circle. I get to talk to you about it now. I get to be friends with you about it now. So, but I thought that was funny. I was watching Flow or whatever it was on, and I was like, this guy missed hockey to go to the shootout. What? So I was funny, but
How long did you play hockey? You don't play anymore, right?
Yeah, I just got done this year. This is my senior year. I've been playing it since I was 3.
Oh,
yes. Old boys, I like that. I like
Oh,
that.
that's
crazy that you guys
Came all
have
the way
high
from
school
Mites.
hockey.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So did you and Trevor play together or no?
Yes, we did play together. We played 1 year together in Bantams, which is like middle school, kind of. And then he went on the high school team the year before I did. And then I got on it the next year. So we played 1 year with each other. And then he quit.
Trevi told me he was a big enforcer guy. He just liked to run around and murder people.
Well, look at him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I could
Look
see it.
at
No,
him.
I could see it. No,
Yeah.
100% I could
Yeah.
see it.
he's a
Right?
goon.
You tell me that dude's out here dangling? Not a chance.
Nah. Riley's the finesse guy. He's going in and ripping bar down. Ain't that right, Weston?
Yeah, full bar Mexico in front of the Tindy, right in front of the birds.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah, Trev, Riley. I'm really tempted to bring the hockey gear up and we just gotta go and rip. Especially I'm coming up early. We gotta find something to do. We gotta do it. If we're blading or if we're going to rip ice or something, I gotta rip with you guys. But
Well, the one year we were hanging out in Knoxville and we were walking back from 3 and 4 and there's a hockey net under the BC tower and I
Yeah.
was very confused.
yeah,
That's Riley's.
I believed you for about half a second, Dev. I'm not gonna lie. I believed it.
Do I need to donate my inline skates to someone so y'all can play some roller?
I think
I got some.
Trevi plays role, or do you still play, or did you play? I mean, well, obviously you did play, but
Yeah, I kind of don't play any hockey anymore. I played beer league last year.
yeah.
That was about it.
At Skate South or whatever.
I played ice beer league. I played some pickup roller games at Skate South.
Yeah.
Love it. I love having people that play hockey on the podcast. This is great. I can
Yeah,
talk
wait,
about it.
Hunter, speaking of beer league, can we put what happened to you in your last beer league game?
Should we just throw the video up
Right.
Yeah.
right there? Okay, so little backstory.
Please do tell.
Yeah, a little
'cause this-
backstory. Riley,
The
Trev,
video's great.
wait, I think you guys. I sent it in the laundry room. I think I don't know if you guys watched it, but you'll see it on the podcast. So basically, a kid was. So my dad plays goalie. My brother is a forward with me. We're on the same line, of course. And so the kid was like poking at my dad, who had the puck covered, and so my brother like shoved him down. Well, the kid did not like that and took offense to that, so he came up with a cross check. My brother wears the visor, so came up cross check straight to the teeth, like busted these 2 teeth down here, this, that, and the other. This is in beer league, by the way. This guy was taking it real serious. So once I saw my brother's head go back after the cross check, I skated from probably the top of the circles behind the net and full Superman dove at this kid's head, and the rest was history. So
The
What was
video
the
is awesome.
I got sussied 4 games in beer league for that. So hey, and the reason that they gave me for it when I had my hearing was because when my feet left the ground, my skates became a weapon.
Oh my god.
I said, "Who am I, Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
Am
pretty
I
much.
try and take off my skate and stab someone? I mean, like, what is this?"
Yeah.
But yeah, well,
Anyway.
This ain't about me, but I mean, Trevor, you like to run around and hit people. I mean, I'm sure you clock some kites pretty good.
Yeah. High school was kind of. I had some good hits and stuff, but not really any like fights. But I know Riley can recall in Bantams. He recalled enough, and it was pretty funny. But there was a pretty good fight in Bantams that I had.
Oh, you fought. You did fight.
Now we need to hear the story.
Riley, I want Riley to tell you. He told it pretty good.
All right, Riley, tell us.
Why do I need to tell you? You're the one who did it.
Because apparently you had eyes on it, so you got to see the whole thing.
You got like the bench POV, and I was like,
I got the bench POV.
So what happened?
So anyway,
What'd you do?
so goalie covers the puck, whistle blows, and then all of a sudden this little kid just runs right into the goalie and falls down. All of a sudden, here comes Trevor out of nowhere, just gets down and just punches the shit out of him. Just kept going ham on him.
You gotta protect the goalie.
You do not touch our goalie.
We're in
No, you
fifth
have to
grade,
protect him.
guys.
You have to protect the goalie. You have to. That is the number one rule.
For some reason, I just can't see Trevor doing that just because he's a teddy bear. But
Well, he's a teddy bear
Well,
to
he did.
us.
Well, you did.
Well, we've almost had racing tillies already this year, so
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah, with-
Hey,
First
Riley.
week.
Riley,
Oh,
what do we have to do to get you to have cornrows again?
I knew this was gonna happen. So
what do we need
I
to
don't
do?
have to tell you.
he doesn't know what to tell us.
Okay, where are you guys running this
Do you
weekend? How
think
about
you're too big league now?
No, that's not the reason.
No, it's not that.
Are you guys running Knoxville this week?
Yes.
Okay, so how about this? Let's have a bet. So if
No,
if
because
Riley-
he could tank.
Yeah, he could tank.
No. Because if Riley runs top 3, then then Devin has to shave his beard. But if Riley doesn't run top 3, he's got to do cornrows.
That is a lofty goal. I like that.
Jesus.
That is a lofty
I don't know
goal.
if I like that.
But that
I like those
I,
odds.
I was just gonna say if you run top 10,
I-
you don't have to do it, but if you run outside the top 10, you have to.
I like that. I mean,
I could live with that.
Okay, let's do. Okay, let's
okay,
do
top 10. All right,
top
everyone, you
10.
heard it here,
No,
folks.
I can't do a deal.
Oh, he can't make a deal. He can't go cornrows again.
I can't do cornrows again. It's just
Oh, it was so good though. It
Dude,
was
I
so
remember we were
good.
kids and we were all just showing up to Sweet Springs and Goodno rolls in. I mean, he's like 13 at the time. I'm probably 16, 17. And it might have been his first year in A class. He might have still been in restrictor. And he comes to his driver's meeting, full Allen Iverson cornrows. And I'm like, that's badass.
That's sick.
Looks like Posty.
That's
Yeah.
so sick. I love it.
Do you have a picture of it?
me.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I do.
We're gonna find
We
one.
gotta find one.
Yeah,
Somebody used to have a picture of it. I don't remember who though.
yeah, we gotta find one. Trevor, get on that.
Someone in the room, I'm sure, has one.
Somebody
Yeah.
from the Sweet Springs gang has to have one.
Yeah,
Has to. Like,
I think
mean,
Renfro's working on it now.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
sure.
sure
he
I
is.
could go through. I'm sure I could go through John Lee's photos and find one.
Oh, we're
Perfect.
gonna.
We're gonna
Yeah.
have to. We're gonna have to
Yeah, we're
now.
gonna find one. Yeah.
But so
Anywho,
so do you remember where your two Power Eye National wins were at, Riley?
My first one was at Green Valley, and my second one was at Port City
wow,
Wow, Fort City
big time.
during the
Big-
Turnpike Challenge.
during the Turnpike. Wow, how about that? Right,
Yeah.
Riley's been to Victory Lane and
That
Port
means
City.
you beat Cole Roberts.
Yeah,
Wow, Pete Cole Roberts,
yeah.
man, he's God in an outlaw car there.
Well,
Man.
Riley drug his ass around there, so
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say Riley shows up off the porch and wins. Makes sense.
makes sense. He just Poor chops. But
So
Anyway.
what's your most memorable win?
It's probably that, really. Port City. That's probably my biggest win, really. I mean, the
Dang.
power I win at Port City, that's pretty hard
Yeah.
to do.
So you
What year
consider
was
you consider Port City like a big deal? Like, I mean, like I it's a local track for me. I don't know what it's like for like out of towners.
Yeah, I feel like it is because a lot of our towners struggle there, and then I struggled there for a long time, so I feel like that was about
Yeah,
my
like
biggest.
I mean, people that ran Sweet Springs a lot, like they look at Port City and they're like, man, like that's one of the toughest. Well, I don't know about now. When we
Used to
raced micros, it was like, man, that's one of the toughest micro tracks to show up and get a win. Like their weekly guys are so good, it's so hard to be consistently good there. I raced restrictor there once, was in a transfer spot and smoked an infield tire.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like whenever I got like I only ran Port like 3 or 4 times, but the weekend I made both shows an outlaw, I felt like I really did something just because like that's I mean you're running against like all the guys that are winning drillers and stuff like that. So I mean we were lucky enough to grow up like during a time where like micro racing was like just thriving and everyone was at Port City and all that too. So I don't know if it's just because we're kind of like everyone's like there's just like this gap like where everyone that grew up racing at Port is like going to sprint cars or just moving on with life or anything like that. But I think that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, I think so. I think people are like moved on now, and I think
Yeah.
I mean,
Look at me and Renfro.
Yeah, look at him, Renfro. Riley, did you ever run the hustle? I'm sure you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Did you do any good?
I started 7th, and the I think it was the first time I went there.
Oh hell yeah! All right.
Where'd you end
Yeah.
up?
He's that guy.
Riley used to fuck in a micro. Let's just
He
put it that
did.
way.
Riley was
He
fast.
really did.
Riley was
Yeah.
really fast. I was always worried whenever I saw that car.
He's
That
good.
boss with a
UTC 11.
star.
I saw.
Oh yeah.
I saw an old Riley Goodno shirt over the weekend at the DRC. Bet you can guess who was wearing it. I bet you can guess.
Mm.
A Benson.
It was
Benson.
it was Nathan. It was Nathan.
It was
It was
definitely
Nathan.
Benson.
It was Nathan. Yeah, it was. But so Trevi, I got one for you, buddy. So you ran the Central States Midget Series last year, and you ended up running second in points. What was that like? You know, running the whole thing and battling for points all year. How'd that feel? How'd that feel? To come in second at the very end, which is unfortunate, but
Yeah, it kind of sucked. I wasn't I wasn't huge on like running the points. I mean, I knew I was going to run probably every event that they had, but I wasn't set on like winning points at the beginning of the year. And then pretty much by the end of the year, they go, "Hey, you're leading points." And I'm like, well, we better keep on it. So, yeah, it was a good time with that series. All the local guys are really cool, really fast. I mean, Free Walt, he ran NASCAR, and he's been in midgets for a while. So, I lost to him a good amount of times, but he's a really good driver. And then my main things that I'm proud of last year in the midgets was definitely the Power Eye National race at Sweet Springs, and then the Chili Bowl and the BC 39. That was all.
yeah.
We did really good.
The BC was pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was cool.
went to help Riley and Trevor, and Riley killed a car on night 1. So
Yeah, I remember. I
It was-
remember
it was-
watching that. It was
and-
nasty.
it was.
I mean, well,
just
Trevor
Trevi.
say he's ran a race at at Indianapolis. I mean, that's
And Trevor
That's cool.
you almost had the last transfer spot into the show, right? On
from the
Saturday.
C.
Yeah, well, into the B from the
Yeah.
C.
Oh, okay.
With the drivers in that C though, it felt like a transfer to the A. Because I was the Thor most of the race.
A C feature there's like a C feature at the Chili Bowl, like plenty of huge names. Like it was
Yeah.
But and then you got to run the Western Swing or part of the Western Swing with USAC last year, didn't you? Right?
Yep. I got the chance to run the Arizona Speedway, for J Mounts. So that was a pretty fun time. It was definitely a lot different. I didn't do really good there, but I mean, it was a totally different car. That was the biggest track I've ever ran on. And just to show up there and compete was definitely cool. And it was a fun time getting to go out there and race in Arizona. I never thought I'd be doing that.
Was it fun actually getting to like time in and stuff, like, you know, like qualify? It was probably pretty fun, right?
Yeah, that was the first time I've ever qualified, was at that Arizona track. So that was pretty cool. And you know, just going out there, and I got to stay with my aunt. She lives down there, and we had a little vacation. So
That's cool.
it was cool.
It's cool. It's cool. It's always so funny. Like, I always remember just seeing Riley show up at a bunch of like different micro shows, and I always remember seeing the white and orange 11 out there. I saw it I swear, anytime I went to like a race outside of Oklahoma or like somewhere, I always see that car. I'm like, he gets around everywhere, man. Like, what? Dude just travel. That's all he does. He's just all over the place.
Yeah, it's just that's what we always do, is just travel a lot, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, might as well, right? I mean,
Yeah.
But it's probably pretty nice. So do you guys run Knoxville weekly now? Is that what you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so it's probably nice not having to travel too far from home for a race now.
Oh yeah, it's definitely nice.
Just being able to wash and load before and be at home before midnight, or, well, I don't know how late they go out there on weekly shows, but you know.
Yeah.
So Riley, why'd you switch from 11 in the micros to 22 in the sprint cars?
Because when my dad had other people driving the car, it was always 22. So I just decided to keep that number. So just 22.
I gotcha.
Yeah. By the way, your car at Knoxville last year was sick. That was such a sick car. I love that. Yeah, Nationals. It was sick. It was so sick.
We got that car sitting in the shop.
Yeah, dude, it was so sick. I loved that. And
We're about bringing it out this year, but we don't know yet.
I was gonna say, are you gonna pull out something special this year?
Probably not.
No, going with
right,
the
cool.
OG. So
Going with the OG. Yeah.
So speaking of Nationals, I mean, you won your heat on your prelim night at Nationals last year. I mean, that was pretty neat. I was cheering for you up in the stands.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect that to happen. My first 410 Nationals. It's funny how in my first time in the 410 Nationals, I win a heat race, but for the 360 Nationals, I've raced like 3 times and I still can't make a preliminary A.
Yeah, I actually remember watching you on Dirt Vision, maybe, I don't know, for 360s, and I was like, because it was just around the time when you first got into the room and I first really got to like talking to you. So I was, of course, I'm gonna like cheer on the homies, and I kept seeing you, and I was like, he's better than this. He's better than this. What's going on? He's so much better than this at 360. And then I show up the next week for 410s, and I'm like, what? Yeah, he's way better than this. What is going on here? Like, so it was funny. You know, I was like, he's better than this, and I know he is. But
So to someone that runs Knoxville, I guess you could say weekly, do you look forward to Nationals every year? Like, are you like, man, I can't wait for Nationals? Or are you like, man, Nationals kind of sucks. All these good guys come in, like, it's a big deal, like big stage.
No, I think I look forward to it. I mean, it's a big stage and all that, but it's fun when it's a big stage like that and a lot of people are out. So I look forward to it every year.
Not just that, but nobody from the state of Iowa has won the Nationals. So like growing up, obviously as a kid, I always dreamt huge. I'm like, I'm going to be the first Iowa person to win the Nationals. And then obviously, you know, I went kind of a different route in racing with midgets and stuff. So I'm sure Riley probably had those same ambitions, you know, to be the first Iowan to win the Nationals.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be
Okay.
great.
There we go. Cool bit of awkward silence for a second. So
Yep.
so what's it? I mean, what's it like being from Knoxville during the Nationals? Is it just like another day, or do you kind of just you actually kind of go out and like hang out? Because I mean, obviously you race in it, so it's gonna be you still gotta be focused up. But like, but you get to sleep in your own bed every night. Do you still come out and try and like party with everybody, or do you?
He's 12.
Yeah, I definitely.
He's old enough.
I definitely just I try to go out and hang out with people a lot because I'm right there, and it's definitely nice to sleep in my own bed every night. So definitely makes it a lot easier doing it that way.
Well, see, like, so for like Chili Bowl and like shootout and stuff, I have like I work a day job and then I go out there to like watch. So everyone's like trying to get me to like hang out after the races, and I'm like, I gotta be up in like 6 hours. I gotta go. So I didn't know if it was like oh well, I'm gonna go home because I can sleep in my own bed and I don't really feel like hanging out because I do this on the weekly. But I mean, I guess more people are there, but. So, I don't know. I enjoy it. It's fun time. It's fun time. I love Nationals.
Yeah, I hate that I'm missing it here.
Yeah, can't believe
You're
that.
not missing it. You're going.
I'm missing it.
He says that, and then he'll just randomly show up.
We'll see.
See,
I hope.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to play golf so bad. I've been playing a ton of golf lately, and
yeah.
I'm gonna miss the tournament.
Ooh.
What if you show up, Riley will give you a T-shirt.
Yeah, if you show up, Riley will give you a T-shirt. He will.
I can't just order it from like RileyGoodnoRacing.com.
No, we don't have a Riley race.
It's not on the budget.
Damn it.
Speaking of golf, though, sounds like you both are really joining up this year. Trevor, you were there last year, but Riley,
Yeah.
it sounds like you're.
I have another question.
Oh, God.
Oh, what's your question?
Trevor, are you gonna tee off with the blue Simpson racing glove again?
We might change it up this year.
Gonna go red this time.
Might just put on the racing shoes and golf with those this year.
There you go.
Can he be my partner again? We got to run that shit back.
No,
we were pretty damn close.
You have to draw again. You have to draw. It's gonna be a big old drawing. We just gotta wait for everybody to confirm or deny if they're going in or not. I'm waiting, but yeah, Riley, we're gonna be real happy to have you this year on the course. It's gonna be a great time.
Missed out last year.
It's unfortunate.
It sucked because we planned it around his prelim night, and then he's like,
He
"Oh,
did.
I'm not gonna play."
Yeah, like he's got a race to run, dude.
Yeah, like the biggest race of the year is that week or something.
Yeah, it's almost
Yeah.
like that. I don't know.
Unreal.
The biggest fucking golf tournament of the year is that week.
Biggest of the year.
Oh jeez.
Oh jeez, but
Ravi, how many times are you gonna race this year? Did I cut out?
I don't really
Oh,
know.
never mind.
Yeah, I understood what you said though. How many times am I gonna run this year? Like I said, I was actually planning on racing tonight in non-wing, but I'm sick, so that was a scratch. But hopefully a few more times. I could go run some more races, but my motor has a lot of nights on it, and I don't really want to go to Knoxville and maybe blow it up. I'd rather keep it in one piece and wait for a short track. So I'm excited
Come to the
do
dirty double.
Yeah,
That'd be a good track for him.
Oh yeah.
You got to turn left a little bit there.
Riley's
Yeah.
kind of about that track, but
I'd come up and watch you run the dirty double.
I'll go race there again.
I'd come
yeah,
up.
I'm excited to see what this non-wing stuff is like. I think I'll be a little better.
So Trevi, what's it like going from like a full-time guy last year running like as many races as possible to taking like a I guess a tire guy role. I don't want to diminish you or anything, but everyone likes to
Yeah.
call you the tire guy. So
Here
We don't really have roles at with Goodno. It's we're all kind of in on making the choices, but I mean we do have a guy. His name is Mitch, and Mitch and Woody, they're probably the 2 shot callers on the team, really.
Shout out
But
Mitch.
yeah, but no, to go from running, I ran about 16 races last year. To go from doing to just crewing, it's definitely a lot different. And these guys run so much. I mean, that's probably the craziest part is we still work for the company, as much as we can, and then we go race 3 days out of the week. So we don't have any days off, and it's definitely hard. It was hard learning and adjusting to that, but I'm having a lot of fun now and definitely learning a lot, which is the biggest part of it, is just learning how to set up a car and what to do maintenance wise. Because
you got to maintenance these things.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. I'll tell a short story. Last year on the midget, you probably won't believe me, but I never ever would grease the torsion bars or anything because I didn't know how to take them apart and put them back together. And it sounds dumb, but I'm being serious. I never ever greased the torsion bars last year.
At least you know what a torsion bar is.
Yeah.
Did they come out at the end of the year, or were they stuck in the tubes?
Yeah, they were. I mean, they had no grease on them when Riley took them out. Because RK came and helped me disassemble it, and it was bad. But, now
Flathead and a hammer.
Yeah. Now I can probably build a sprint car in a day, so it's pretty cool to go from last year to this year and know that. So.
Yeah, because we build 8 cars this year, so we get pretty good at it.
Yeah.
How many cars y'all have?
3.
Enough.
But we've wrecked 3 of them that we've had to disassemble and build another one.
Oh yeah, I remember you guys went to J&J.
Mm-hmm.
So are you a dealer for J&J in Knoxville?
Yes.
Okay, I kind of figured.
Yeah.
So, just a couple more questions here. I mean, I know we're getting towards the hour mark, at least on the recording, but, I started to be not a huge Brian Brown fan, but I like Brownie, especially because he gives Knoxville guys a chance to win against the Outlaws whenever Nationals come around. Do you have any sort of relationship with Brownie, or do you just know him as just a competitor, or is he?
I really know him as a competitor. I've talked to him a couple times, but that's about it.
Seems like he keeps to himself a lot anyways. I bought a hoodie off of his wife at whenever the Corn Belt, that's what it was. The Corn Belt because that last night, oh my Lord, we were there till 4 a.m. or something. I was falling asleep. I was falling asleep in the front stretch stands.
I want to talk about it.
But I mean, it's got to be cool being able to run Knoxville every week.
I don't think Brownie talks to anybody.
Fair. But yeah, it's got to be cool running Knoxville every week. I mean, it's a badass track all around, so.
Mm-hmm, yeah, it's a great track to race at. It's always, track conditions are always perfect every time, so.
What are the new lights like compared to the old ones? Do you notice a difference?
Well, so a couple weekends before, they had a couple lights on the backstretch up, the new ones, and the rest were the old ones. So I started a race and I went down the backstretch and I thought it was because they're more blue, I thought it was like smoke coming from my engine for a second. So, but then now they got them all on there and I feel like it's about the same. Not much difference really.
So it doesn't make it brighter or anything?
I don't think it really makes it much brighter. They're trying to angle them so you can see the berm better, but I don't really see a difference yet.
He just doesn't see it. He just hits it. You don't see the berm. He just hits it. There you go. Yeah, just hit it.
Yeah.
What
I was gonna say hit it once and then you know where it's at.
There you go. All right. This is more of a Dev, Trevor, Riley question here. There was one night on iRacing we were all having a good time. What y'all remember the old y'all remember that night with Mr.
I
Top,
think
Mr.
Riley got off though, didn't he? Or were you?
No, he was
still
there
on?
because we were at Eldora and we were absolutely just because
Bomb
Riley was the first to throw a bomb on him, I think. Honestly,
yeah.
old Todd
Yeah.
McKenzie. That was a night because there was this one kid on iRacing and we were bullying him a little bit. Not really bullying him, but like he was kind of asking for it, and
He was running into us, and we
Yeah.
were running into him back.
basically. But all I remember is Trevor, I think, threw a 2-for-1 bomb on him and Riley, and he kills Riley and collects that kid, and all you hear is he cues up and goes, "What the fuck?" And then you hear his dad get on, "Man, y'all are picking on a 12-year-old," and you're like, "Oh my lord, get out of here!" You're like, because Riley and Trevor, they like to just throw bombs at each other anywhere we go, so that's a fun time. But I had to bring that story up.
Anyway.
up.
Riley just got his computer back tonight.
I
So-
did. I got iRacing back tonight.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to put together a Goodno Race Ready Media sprint car team on iRacing,
go.
and just we'll co-own it, Riley, and we'll put a nice team together because Renfro's coming, then Riley, and then me, Trevor, Dev, Weston, get a computer and a wheel, please.
No.
Okay, never mind, whatever. But
So this is kind of a dumb question, but first, like, you always hear pulling off the track at Knoxville after qualifying is always a motherfucker for people. What was like? Have you ever hit the pit wall, like right there on the front stretch coming out of 4 or anything, or even close calls?
No, I don't think so. I think a couple times I blew in there too quick and I got a little sideways, but that's about it.
it looks pretty tough to hit, honestly. I mean, just from watching it.
Yeah.
I get to watch from the infield this year. I'm pretty excited. Everyone always says, pick a corner and stand in it, but I mean,
That one right there, stand right
Stand
where
in-
that wall is.
Yes. You can watch 3 and 4, or you can watch the big screen and see 1 and 2 that way. If you stand in 1 and 2, you can't see 3 and 4 at all.
Well, I mean, I'm excited because I get to be down kind of by the cars, and so that's always fun. But yeah, right. Riley's already agreed to let me do some camera work on his car for last night of 360s and the Capitani and Oski and then 410 Nationals. So everyone that's a fan of the GoPro footage, be sure to check that out. So.
Or a fan of Riley Goodno.
Or a fan of Riley Goodno, be sure to check that out. Yes, absolutely. So
You got a lot of them.
you got a lot of them now.
Yeah.
Gained a lot of them.
Gained a lot of them.
Respect. Put some respect on his name.
Respect on that name.
Oh,
But-
jeez.
Boys,
Anyway.
we are coming up to the hour mark. I don't want to keep you guys for too terribly long. I know it's getting late. It's almost 11 o'clock. Actually, we're all in the Central Time Zone, thankfully this time. But Dev, Weston, Renfro, I think I've asked the majority of my questions. I think all of them. I don't know what you guys got left for these two yahoos.
I think I'm good.
Cornrows back.
Gotta get the
Cornrows
cornrows back.
in.
We'll see.
Well,
We'll see. I keep thinking about it.
No.
so if he finishes top 10, then he's gonna come into the group chat and say no cornrows, or if he does finishes outside the top 10, it's just gonna be silence.
Yeah. I mean,
But he
usually
never
pretty-
talks anyway, so
Yeah.
He does sometimes. He gets
I
around.
do talk. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
He's
It's always
warming
best
up. The
when they talk.
Snapchats are
Yeah, the Trevor and Riley Snapchats, they're getting good. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
They're getting real good. But no, it's just because that it's mostly just the same people that talk in there, like, and people get talked over, in my opinion. I mean, not that it's a bad thing. It's just like you got the same consistent guys talking every single day. Like,
Okay, I'll stop.
no, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just saying, like, Dev's at work, so he can't hardly talk, and then he like has to go through 300 messages to try and jump into a conversation.
yeah, the other day there was like 205, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna consider reading any of these.
So
Does Amazon have cameras in your trucks?
Yeah, dude, it's terrible.
So ass.
yeah, if Interstate had cameras, oof, I'd be screwed.
You'd have been fired at 12 months ago.
I would probably wouldn't have got the job.
12 months is a year, by the way.
Yeah, we got that.
He's already been up, buddy.
I already put her in a ditch once, but boys,
Anyway.
sounds like that's it for our questions.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get you guys back on like after national or something. You can put on a show at nationals, and we'll get you back on since we like to catch you during the hype train. So,
Exactly.
but definitely can't wait to see you both at nationals. Though it's gonna be a great time. I'm happy I get to come up a little bit early, so I get to really enjoy hanging out with you guys for at least a few days before it gets super crazy. But can't wait to see everyone at nationals, really, except for Weston, unfortunately. But I mean,
Anyway.
he's adulting, so.
Hey, I was looking at places today.
Yeah,
So.
he's adulting. So Riley, Trevor, we appreciate you guys. We really do.
Yeah,
We
this
appreciate you
weekend,
coming
boys.
on. Again, Riley, congrats on that podium with the Outlaws, dude. He was huge. I still have screen recordings and like screenshots on my phone of I screen recorded you at the front row of the 4 wide. I thought that was super cool, but just trying to live my dream through you at that point, just sitting there on my phone.
Proud parents.
Proud parent moment right there.
Oh yeah, we're like proud dads.
I didn't even think I was gonna send it to you just so you could have it. I never got around to it, but yeah, Trevi, keep doing what you're doing on the car. You're putting the super tune on it right now, so she's looking great.
Carl Kins.
She's looking
Oh,
great.
yeah.
So
The green bastard.
Parts unknown.
parts unknown. But yeah, boys. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see you guys at nationals. Can't wait to see you. And so
Thanks for coming.
yeah, thanks for coming again,
Yeah.
boys.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Of course, anytime. So guys, we hope you enjoyed the interview. It was more of an interview where we got to shoot the shit with a few buddies. So
Yeah.
not that Riley and Trevor aren't big time, because obviously look at them. They ran third with the Outlaws, and fantastic, great job. But it was nice to be able to shoot the shit, talk some hockey with them since they're hockey players. So for me, it was really fun. But can't wait to see those guys at nationals this year. Gonna be a great time.
If he doesn't have cornrows for nationals, I'm packing my bags. I'm going back to Tulsa.
Man, he's just got to finish outside the top 10. That's all you got to do. But we definitely want to see Riley in some cornrows. That was a good deal. But
I was thinking though in his front stretch interview, I'm like, thank God he doesn't have them, because you know how goofy he would have looked on the front stretch with the Outlaws with fucking cornrows.
yeah, that is one thing.
Old guy Twitter would have exploded.
Oh, dude, Twitter would have.
Twitter would have been, dude.
I think it would have been more like good than
yeah,
that.
I really think it would
for
have.
sure, but
But it would have just been so goofy.
But
It would've-
like look who's
Old
finished one,
flag.
two, Macedo and Brown. Like they're very professional,
clean cut,
like, clean- yeah.
professional. Yes, and then you got Riley.
And then you got this kid,
Some
this
cornrows.
kid with cornrows that.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. But
We need to cut this off. This is going
yeah,
on
we
too long.
do. We'll head it out here in a second, but hopefully we see Riley in some cornrows at nationals. But
Anyway,
boys, we talked about everything before the interview. We kind of ran through it a little bit. We wanted the interview to take hold of most of this episode. So, if you got any closing remarks, jump in real quick, and if not, I'll sign us out.
kangaroos can't hop backwards.
There's your Weston fun fact for the week. Okay. All right, guys. Well, for me, for Dev, Renfro, Weston, take it easy, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Later, folks.
Peace.